Here's a performance and scalability example showing 1,000,000 transactions being loaded into the adaptive transaction module. So those transactions are sitting in a Microsoft SQL Server database, and by running this query, I'll see the format of the records, level, account, type, posting date, amount, and item description, and along with the record count of 1,000,000. So, heading over to Adaptive, you can see the balances are already loaded, but there's no transactional detail in behind. And you can also see that through the Cell Explorer, where there's no pick here for drill into transactions. So, we'll head over to the Data Designer. This shows us here the data source, and you can see the format of the data that's going to get imported in. And then the transaction loader sort of explains the layout of the data that's being pulled in through the profile and the column mapping, what's in the source data, where it's going to end up inside of Adaptive, the fact that all the accounts and levels have been mapped to an appropriate spot is reflected here in the mapping information. Everything is mapped, nothing is unmapped. So we'll go ahead and run this loader and indicate that it's for this period, and go ahead and run that manually. So it will start to import the data into planning, and at this point we'll note that it's 3:30, and I'm going to pause the recording just to make the ultimate file smaller. But when it's complete, we'll start it up and check on the time. So we're back and the planning loader has completed. The million transaction records are loaded. Should be about 8 minutes elapsed time or so. So we'll head back to the sheet here now and just refresh it. And now what we should see here, when I right click on the cell here, it now has drill into transactions. And when I open up the tab here, we'll see that the 13,654 balance now has the supporting transactions behind it. In this case 30 rows, that add up to 13,064. So that gives a flavor to the experience of what importing in a million transactional records would be like.